Pissed. Absolutely pissed. Wheel burners, I'm pissed. And you should be too. Absolutely, you should be. I don't know if any of you how many of you have heard about it. I'm going to imagine that a good portion of you have. It is out and it's all over about what Trudeau's doing at 4:30 this afternoon. That guy is, I'm saying that guy, I'm trying not to swear and call him names, but he plans to invoke the Emergencies Act. And anybody that doesn't know what that is, for lack of a better term, a lack of a better words, that's would almost be the same as invoking martial law, which means that all of the protesting that's going on, all of the protesters that are there are now subject to be just removed. If Trudeau enacts this and it passes and he's allowed to do it, he can send the police and the military, not just the police, and the military, into any site, being Ottawa, Fort Erie, Windsor, Sarnia, anywhere that there is a coup, anywhere that there is a disruption, the military and the police can now be ordered to go in and just remove you. No arrest, not you're under arrest, you have the right to remit, nothing. They have the right to go in and remove you, put you in the paddy wagon and take you away for processing. And what that means, I don't know. But just so we're all clear here, I'm going to read to you what the Emergency Act is and how it works. So just bear with me. I'm going to read this to you, okay? The Emergency Act lays out four different kinds of emergencies in which the provinces may be effectively out of their depth to respond. So what are they saying? That the province of Ontario is out of its depth to respond to what's going on to the protesters. Now that's what they're saying. Okay, in order to invoke the Emergencies Act, public welfare emergencies, public order emergencies, international emergencies, and war emergencies. That is why those are the reasons the Emergencies Act will be invoked, for reasons. A public order emergency in particular grants 5 kinds of powers to the federal cabinet. 1, the ability to regulate or prohibit public assembly that may reasonably be expected to lead to a breach of the peace, travel, or the use of property. Haven't seen any of that yet down there, anywhere. Yeah, actually, that's not fair. They might have a case for some of the stuff that went on in Windsor. The ability to, number 2, the ability to designate and secure protected places. Any protected place in Ottawa, I guarantee you the veterans are taking care of that. We don't need the cops or the military for that. The ability to, 3, the ability to assume the control, restoration, and maintenance of public utilities and services. Haven't seen us ransacking any of the public utilities, have you? The ability to authorize or direct the provision of essential services, the provision of reasonable compensation. Haven't seen any of that going on. Like he needs to be able to show all of this. This is why he would get the powers. And number 5, the ability to impose on summary conviction a fine not exceeding $500 or imprisonment not exceeding 6 months or both. Or on indictment. So summary conviction means they just throw you in the van. On indictment, a fine not exceeding $5,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 5 years or both for any breach of an order or regulation. That means if you open your mouth, they can fine you and throw you in jail. In order to declare a public order emergency, the federal government has to consult with the provincial cabinet first and issue a proclamation in order to bring the power into effect. Okay, folks. Who's on board with this? Who in our government is on board with this right now? Who in his cabinet is on board with this? Who's sitting there right now going, go, Mr. Prime Minister, we're behind you, let's do this? Are you crazy? Our government officials, are you crazy? You are about to declare the Emergencies Act. 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened. A terrorist threat took over the world, knocked down 2 big buildings. The Americans declared their emergency act. Canada did not. We did not declare the Emergencies Act for 9/11, and you're going to do this on a trucking protest? Dude, give your head a shake. What the frick is the matter with you? Pissed. It shouldn't be allowed to get this far. Who in their right mind is going to step in here and do something and say something? This guy needs to be removed. We need him removed legally. Where are the camera? Legally, he needs to be removed. But he needs to be removed legally. I'm making sure I say legally enough times. I really don't want the RCMP showing up at my door thinking that I'm going to knock him off or something. I wouldn't waste the time or the energy and the money to do that. But he needs to be removed. This needs to happen. The Governor General needs to step in. There has to be enough people in his party right now that are going, okay, enough of this shit. We're not behind him. We're not supporting him, and we're going to back. I think they need 15. Let's just say the Conservatives put forth the act saying that we have a lack of trust or lack of whatever. I think they need 15 Liberal cabinet ministers to step forward in order to get the process started. So they need 15 or 16, whatever it is, Liberal cabinet ministers to step forward and say, this ain't going to happen. We no longer support the Prime Minister. So where are they? Go find 15. They're telling me that every single cabinet minister in this idiot's party supports what's going on here. Not a chance in hell. We already know that there's at least 4 or 5 that have openly spoken that they do not support what's going on here. We need 10 more. Get 10 more cabinet ministers and let's get this done. I am beside myself. I am absolutely choked, pissed. This should not be happening. Not in my country. Not on our watch, on our generation. Not on our watch. This should not be happening. If this happens, the generations, our kids afterwards are going to pay for this. It's going to be generational. They're going to pay for this. Trudeau doesn't get that. The government is not getting that right now. Our generation needs to stop this. This needs to stop right fucking now. Absolutely now. Pardon my mouth. Let's get this stopped. There has to be legals. There has to be lawyers. There's got to be people out there that know what the hell they're doing and know how to get this done. That aren't afraid. That are not afraid of the repercussions of what could possibly. You're going to be disbarred. You know what? Get disbarred. Keep your legal job and live in a country that down the road that this country's going right now, or do something and get disbarred, but stop this and live in a country that you can be proud of. I wish I was a lawyer, but I'm not. I'd do everything I could, and if it got me disbarred, I really wouldn't care. We need to stop this. It's got to stop. Spread the message, spread the word. 4:30 today, this bonehead's on TV. He's going to be on TV, or he's going to be doing something, making this announcement. Ford made his announcement today. All he did was gift wrap a piece of turd and put it out there, trying to dress a turd up and make it into something else that it isn't. He didn't tell us anything new. He didn't tell us anything great. You know what, Ford? Go back to bed. You wasted your time this afternoon. That was a waste of time. But let's get on board. Let's get something done here about Trudeau. Junior has to go. We've had enough. I can't listen to this anymore. I'm out. Be safe. We'll see you down the road.